Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone, welcome back to the PL-300 exam preparation series where we are looking at the first learning path, prepare the data. In this video, we are going to continue our discussion on the topic choose between direct query import and dual mode. So we are going to continue our discussion related to the table storage modes, and in the last video we covered the import mode and we saw some of the benefits and the limitations associated with the direct query mode. So we are going to continue that discussion again. So we are still talking about the direct query mode and some of the very important considerations once we are connecting through the direct query mode and we are having the table storage mode set to direct query is that there are certain things that you have to avoid. So we have already said that there are certain functions that they cannot use inside the Power Query environment, but there are certain functions, complex functions or certain transformations that even you can use but you should avoid, and that has something to do with a concept which is called as query folding, that once we are connecting to a direct query storage mode, then we have that particular concept. So I'm going to talk about that query folding concept towards the end of this video, but just keep this thing in mind that there are certain Power Query transformations that you should avoid. Similarly, you should also avoid certain complex DAX expression. And then if you are connecting in the direct query mode, then there are certain IDs which are inside the database which are called as GUIDs, and you should avoid those GUIDs in making relationships and in making calculated columns. So we are going to talk about calculated columns in the next section once we are talking about DAX, but just keep this thing in mind that you have to avoid these two things once you are working with the direct query. Also, like I said, that there is a concept of cardinality associated with a column. So I said that if you have too many unique values in a column, that you say, then you say that this column has a high cardinality. So if you are dealing with high cardinality columns, then it can also be a problem once you are working in direct query. So try and reduce the column cardinality. Then there is a concept which is called as referential integrity, which is associated inside the databases. So in databases, there is this concept once you are developing data models which are hosted in the databases, that it is the responsibility of the database developer to ensure that the fact table does not contain any record which is not defined inside the dimension table. So this is something which is done inside a database environment. So you have to ensure that this referential integrity. So this concept is called as referential integrity. So you have to actually make sure that this concept is being followed, and there is also a flag once you are making a data model which is associated with this, and this is called as the assume referential integrity flag. So you also need to check that particular flag once we are working in the direct query mode. Also, we saw once we were talking about the data load settings that there was a connection setting, that once we are connecting to a data source, then there are number of connections that are opened. So we saw this in the Power BI settings, and if you are connecting to a direct query data source, then try to limit this concept of parallelism and apply query reduction. So you have to make sure that you do not open too many connections, because as you are connecting directly to a data source, and if for any reason one of the connection becomes slow or one of the connection is returning data late, then it can reduce the overall query performance. So this is again also a thing that you need to avoid, especially if you are using the direct query storage mode. We have already talked about some of the direct query limitations, but again, the same points are highlighted here again. And we know that all the data sources do not support direct query, so it is only supported for mostly the relational databases. Then I already said that the Power Query transformations, all those transformations or all the M functions are not possible. And this is a very important point here, that which says that the analytic query performance is dependent on the source systems, because now the data is not inside the data model, it is inside the data source. So anything that is going to come into Power BI is going to come from the data source. So your query performance is obviously dependent on your source system. So if your source system is slow, or if the source system is overloaded, then it can also affect the query performance of Power BI. And this has also a vice versa effect. It has an opposite effect, because now the queries are going to hit the data source. So maybe your data source gets too much overloaded, because every query that you are going to send from Power BI is going to hit the data source. So also the source system performance can get choked or can get overloaded because of the direct query limitations. So now let's have a look at the third table storage mode, which is the dual storage mode. A dual storage mode table is set to use both import and direct query storage modes. At query time, Power BI determines the most efficient mode to use. Whenever possible, Power BI attempts to satisfy analytic queries by using the cached data, which is the import mode. So like I said, that if you set a table storage mode to dual, then it is the Power BI engine that decides at query time that which is the most appropriate storage mode to use. If it feels that the data needs to be used from the import mode, that it sets that table into the import mode. If it feels that the query performance is going to be better using the direct query, then it is going to put that table into the direct query mode. So it is up to the Power BI engine. You leave it to the Power BI engine that you go and optimize this. So this was all about the three table storage modes. Now let's go to the example that we started and have a look at how these table storage modes look like inside the Power BI data model, and what are the differences that are there. If you have a look at the data model, just by having a look at the tables, you can say that, okay, this is the table storage mode of dual, or this is direct query, or this is import. And then we also see what is the composite or mixed model, which is a combination of both the import mode and any of the other data storage modes. So here I am inside the model view of the Power BI desktop environment, and let me just zoom out. So here I can see the 8 tables, and you can see that there are relationships that have been created between these tables. The immediate thing that you see if you see tables in the direct query mode is that these tables have this blue bar on top. So if I just put my mouse here, you are going to see that it says that the storage mode is direct query, and for all these tables you are going to see this blue bar. Then there is the icon. This icon is a bit different to the icon that we saw for the import mode. So all of these tables right now are using the direct query storage mode. So here I have just zoomed out, and you can see that all the tables, they have this blue bar on top of it. So there are a few relationships that have been created, but we are not going to explore these relationships in this example. So just ignore the relationships here. Our purpose is not to have a look at the relationships, but just by having a look at the relationships, you can see that this is exactly the same the way that we built the relationships in the previous example. Now what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to select this dim customer table here. I'm going to select this dim customer table here, and I'm going to come here in the properties pane, and I'm going to change the storage mode for this particular table. So I'm going to change the storage mode of this table from direct query to import. So I've just clicked on the import mode here, and immediately you see that a new window has popped up which says that setting the storage mode to import has the following implications. Please consider them carefully before proceeding. So this is a very important part that you need to keep in mind. And this part says that setting storage mode to import is an irreversible operation. So we already saw it in the earlier part that if you switch the storage mode from direct query to import, then this is an irreversible operation and you will not be able to switch it back. And then there are certain consideration related to the import mode refresh and relationships. Then there is this flag which is telling me that you can reduce the weak relationships by following the table to dual. So I am not going to change it to dual. So I need to uncheck this flag here, and I'm just going to click here on OK. So after a few seconds, you are going to see a change on your screen, and the change here is this one, that now the dim customer table has been set into the import mode. Now the blue line is no longer there. This is the first change that you're going to see immediately. The second change that you would have seen in the Power BI environment is that again you are able to see the table view or the data view here. So now you are going to see this table view and the data view back, which wasn't there because previously all the tables were in the DirectQuery mode. And the third change that you would have seen, and this change is related to the relationship. So if you have a look at this relationship, and let me just zoom in a bit so that this part is visible, that you are going to see that there is a different kind of a line joining this, and this kind of a line is called as a weak relationship. So this disconnected part towards the end is a weak relationship. So we are not going to cover the strong and weak relationship because that's not a part of the PL-300 syllabus, but just remember that these are the changes that you see. So now let's go to the data view and see that dim customer data is now being shown here. Why is it so? Because now the dim customer is in the import mode, which means that the data is now part of the data model. Now if it is part of the data model, that is why we are seeing this table and its data view is also available. Now let me just go and click on another table, which is dim product, and here you can see that it is telling me that this table uses DirectQuery and it cannot be shown. So this is the change that has taken place. And now if I come back to the data model view, this data model here is a composite or a mixed model. Why? Because now we have tables from at least two different data sources. So remember I said that if you have two different data sources, so I have here DirectQuery and here I have import. So these are two different data sources, and whenever you are going to have more than one data source, then that model is called as a composite model. So now this is a composite model created inside the Power BI environment. We are not going to talk about composite model because that's not important from a PL-300 exam point, but just remember all these terminologies. I spent a lot of time explaining the concept behind import, DirectQuery and dual storage. We had a look at the example where we connected to an SQL server, all to just come to the point which I am going to explain over the next couple of minutes, and that is that which storage mode to use in what scenario. So it was important to give you a detailed understanding of all the storage modes so that you can understand that which data storage mode has to be used in which environment. So now let's go and look at that. So now we come to the critical part, which is that what should be the table storage mode that we have to use, and if we have to make a choice between the three, what should be the criteria for choosing. So the default option should be the import storage mode unless you have these three limitations. So if you have either of these three limitations, if there is a limitation on the model size, which we had a look, that if your data model size goes beyond 1 GB for pro license or 10 GB for a premium license, or if the refresh requirement is a bit stringent. So if you have a refresh requirement which is more than the refresh requirements for the pro license or the premium license, then you can consider then obviously this is a limitation. And the third is the data sovereignty, where you have a condition where the data cannot leave the data source. So if you have either of these limitations, either one or more than one, then the next choice is then you should go for the direct storage mode. And normally this limitation is on the fact table. So your fact table is the table which grows more than the dimension table. So it will have much more records than the then the dimension table. So if there is a requirement on the model size, then obviously the data is going to be much more in the fact table. So that is going to be the table which is going to increase your model size. Similarly, the refresh requirement is also going to be on the fact table, because your fact table would have the transactional data, and if you have to refresh the data, then that would have more requirements of getting the latest data. So normally these are the limitations associated with the fact table. So if you have either of these three limitations, then you should go and set the table storage mode to DirectQuery. So once you will have DirectQuery storage mode in addition to the import mode, you are going to immediately have a composite data model. So there is this best practice that is followed in terms of the query optimization, which is that if you have fact tables in a composite model, so if you have a composite data model, then set the fact tables in DirectQuery storage mode, the dimension tables in dual storage mode, and there is another type of tables which are the aggregated tables. So remember, we had a look at group by functionality. Once we were talking about the query transformations, we had a look at the group by functionality. So what group by functionality did was that it reduced the number of columns in the query, and it also basically reduce the number of rows. So number of rows was reduced. So once you have a table in which you have some kind of an aggregation applied on any categorical column using group by, then we say that we have reduced the level of detail or the granularity of that table. Or in other words, we can say that that table is now an aggregated table. So we are not going to talk more about the aggregated tables here, but just remember that if you have an aggregated table which aggregates any against any category in your data using any mathematical or statistical functions, and if you have such tables in your data model, then set the aggregated tables into the import mode. So this is the guidance, or this is the formula, or this is the criteria that you should be using in selecting between import, DirectQuery, and dual storage modes. So we have discussed this particular topic in a lot of detail, and you are going to have multiple questions related to import mode, DirectQuery mode, and dual storage mode in the exam, and you will have to choose and you will have to answer those questions based on the things that we have seen in this particular example and in the three parts of this video. So make sure that you are familiar with all these concepts. Make sure that you are comfortable in understanding everything that is there in these videos, and then remember the points which have been highlighted here, which will be very important in solving the exam questions. So that's all for this topic, and I will see you in another topic in another video.